Want to know more about Madison, Wisconsin and the surrounding communities? Well, then you'll want to check out our Community Spotlight series, where we interview the local people, business leaders, and school officials to hear more details about living in the Madison area. I'm your host, Josh Lavik, and I'm a local real estate agent, neighbor, and friend that cares about highlighting the great things and people within our community. Welcome back to Best of Wisconsin Homes. I'm Josh with Josh Lavik and Associates, and we're doing our Community Spotlight series today. We're going to be exploring the village of Waunakee, just north of Madison. If we're looking at our map here, we got all the lakes here in the center. Madison, obviously downtown Madison here, and the airport right nearby on the north side. So just north of that, you can either go up Highway 113, that'll take you right to Waunakee, or if you're going on the interstate highway, 90, 94, 39, take the 19 exit, take that west, take you right into Waunakee, or if you go up, say, Highway 12, which is the belt line going along the south end of Madison here, go north on Highway 12. You can also take a right on Highway 19 or come in on K or something like that. But Waunakee, great community. So it's a suburb of Madison, about 15,000 people there, and and you'll notice it's also surrounded by a decent amount of farm field, right? Like some other parts of Madison, you can see it's a little bit more urban type of thing. There is quite a bit of farm field. So we've got some smaller townships that you might be familiar with, like Westport, town of Vienna, town of Springfield, and town of Dane. Those areas are actually going to be part of the Waunakee School District as well. And so yeah, lots of things happening in Waunakee. So the other thing that's unique about Waunakee is that when you come into town, you'll notice there's a big sign and it says, the only Waunakee in the world, right? I mean, it's the most kind of a unique name, Waunakee, and you can search all over the place, but it's the only Waunakee in the world. But there's a lot of things happening there. It's got one of the highest median sale price of homes actually in the Madison area, and there's some employers based there as well. So you may have heard of Waunakee Remodeling, is one of the larger remodeling companies in town. They're based there. There's also the Nordgear. They do some distribution systems kind of all over the country. Uniac is a home decor company there. Octopi Brewing, they do a bunch of large scale brewing for breweries in the area. And so yeah, lots of things going on, and a good mix of the community. Good schools, a lot of new schools. They actually just passed a big referendum as well. So some new schools being built in that regard as well. But the other nice thing too is just the proximity. So I think it's really nice. You can be right downtown in 10-15 minutes. You can be right to the airport, another 10 minutes or so. Or you can say you want to go up to the Dells or up to Devil's Lake. It's real easy to hop on Highway 19 and go up Highway 12 and go for like a day trip and go hiking at Devil's Lake. Tons of people do that as well. There's also, if you want, there's the Madison Lakes. If you enjoy getting out on the water, you're really close to the Madison Lakes and take your boat out there. There's also Lake Wisconsin is just north of Dane County. And, I know there's a number of people that go right up to Lake Wisconsin, or maybe even have like their up north cabin on Lake Wisconsin, but may live in Madison or Waunakee or some of these other nearby communities as well. So there's tons of parks right nearby Waunakee as well. So there's the Governor Nelson State Park, just to the south of Waunakee, and that's right along Lake Mendota there. There's a great beach. You can launch your boat. There's tons of hiking paths. That, of course, is connected to the community of Bishop's Bay, which is right just to the west of the Governor Nelson State Park, and then that feeds right next to Middleton. And there you've got Pheasant Branch Conservancy and Door Creek Fishery Wildlife Area. So lots of parks and wildlife as well. On the other side of Highway 113, you've got the Cherokee Marsh and the Cherokee Marsh area. There's, part of that is the Yahara River that also feeds into Lake Mendota. So great place to go watch some wildlife, or even take a canoe or a kayak or something like that. That's a little bit on Waunakee. So today we're going to interview some people from the school district, and then also the Chamber of Commerce and the village administrator. and we'll dive into some other properties and other things happening in Waunakee. So again, thanks for tuning in to our Community Spotlight series in the Village of Waunakee. I'm Josh with Josh Lavik and Associates, and if you're thinking about making a move to Waunakee or want to talk about real estate in the Madison area and explore what it could be like to actually live here, or maybe maybe you already live here and want to explore a different home, feel free to reach out to our team, 608-440-9886. Welcome back to our Community Spotlight series on Best of Wisconsin Homes. I'm Josh with Josh Lavik and Associates, and today we're talking about Waunakee, and I've got the superintendent, Monica Kelsey Brown, here with me today, and so grateful for you to join us on the show today and just share with us a little bit more about some of the schools and what's happening in the school district here in Waunakee.
Yes. Well, thanks you for having me.
Of course.
I've been on the job since July 1, 2024.
Okay.
We had our wonderful kickoff yesterday with our staff in the auditorium and focused on, I shared a little bit about myself with the staff, and our focus is on, or one of our foci is on staff and student wellness this year. So my vision for the district is to not make any real sweeping changes. However, we know in education change is inevitable.
Sure.
And so some change will come. However, I want to tread that lightly this year and focus on all of the wonderful things that are already in place in Waunakee.
Absolutely.
So my vision is continuing to make safety a priority, student staff wellness, focusing on the referendum, of course, and then absolutely focusing on academic achievement and continuing to be a high-performing district in the state of Wisconsin.
Absolutely. I've heard a lot of great things about the district there and some of the things that's happening. I mean, are there any kind of highlights that stand out to you as some achievements or things that the district is really proud of?
One of the highlights of the Waunakee School District is the idea that the community supports all of what's happening in the school district, including the opening of a new building, Heritage Elementary. I would invite you to come through sometime and
would love to
take a look at the building. Yeah. It's amazing. It is one of our K-4 buildings where we're servicing our elementary school students, or a group of our elementary school students. And so those dollars that could have only happened if the community backed the needs that are necessary in the Waunakee Community School District. I know and understand it is a destination school district, and individuals are moving to Waunakee solely for the school district, and so that is a feather in the cap of the district. And I have come to learn and know how tight knit the community is, and the legacy that exists from individuals who graduated from Waunakee years and years and years ago to now having children of their own who have graduated, and now grandchildren who are matriculating through the school district. In addition to the new elementary school, we gained occupancy in August for the new elementary school. In the meantime, the old Heritage Elementary School is being torn down, and we are positioning ourselves to gain occupancy in our new middle school in 2026.
Yeah. Wow. So lots of new development. I mean, I know there's been lots of housing development, and obviously those peoples and families moving there, they need schools.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're excited about coming back. We're near fully staffed, with the exception of a few special education positions. If you're out looking for a job, come on through, and you will find that Waunakee is a great place to work, as identified last year. Having the designation of being a great workplace. And and academic achievement continues to obviously be a high priority, and then all of the extracurricular activities and clubs and experiences for all of our students to feel a sense of belonging and connectedness to our school community.
Yeah, for sure. What's so some extracurriculars? I think wasn't some of the sports teams, didn't they do really well on certain things? Or
yes, a lot of the teams go really, really far. I will say our first football game was this past Thursday, and we did win. And I know Waunakee football team went to state last year. Girls soccer, I believe, went to state last year. And so golf went a long way, and also believe baseball. Yeah,
there we go.
So lots of fun things going on. We had our dance team help us welcome our teachers back on yesterday, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
Our future teachers of America also helped with that experience. So it's just a lot going on all the time.
Yeah.
And it's great to see. It's a great place to be.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like lots of new schools, lots of things growing, and lots of things happening. So
exactly. Exactly.
For anyone interested in the Waunakee area, they can kind of go on your website, I take it? And
yes, our website has all of the information you would need to see what the happenings are in Waunakee. And if you're ever our way, stop on by.
Yeah.
Stop on by. It's a great place.
Excellent. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show today.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I'm excited about leading this most amazing school district, and look forward to what the future brings and what the future holds for us as we continue to navigate schools in the K-12 space and do what's best for children.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Welcome back to Best of Wisconsin Homes. We're doing our Community Spotlight series today on the village of Waunakee, and I've got some great visitors here from the Chamber of Commerce, Ellen and Todd here, who is the village administrator. So yeah, I just wanted to have you guys on the show. Thanks so much for coming on, of course.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. I always like to ask people, what's it like in Waunakee? I mean, the show is sort of directed toward people that have no idea about Waunakee and how great it is. So you guys might be able to shed some light on that for us.
Well, I can say it's great to be in Waunakee. I not only work for the Chamber, I've been there for 18 years, but I have raised my family.
Oh, wow.
I've been there 25 years. Just became an empty nester and am still there. So lots of reasons to live and work there. It's exciting. It's good quality of life. Lots of things to do. Beautiful.
Yeah. What kind of some of I mean, 25 years, long time, obviously. Anything, maybe top few things that kind of highlight, that jump out at you as some of your favorite things to do or have done over the years?
Well, I think, back when I was first married and had my son, my husband and I were looking at a community that was small but still had amenities, good schools, a community feeling. Like when you come into Waunakee, we just felt welcomed right away. And we loved the neighborhoods. We bought a house and really haven't looked back. I think really for us it was the schools, but then it became the people that we met and the things that we could do right in our community without traveling into Madison. As far as festivals, there's culture there. There's things for the kids to do. It's very kid friendly. I think it's the whole package.
Yeah, well, that certainly makes sense. Anything? What about for you, Todd? Anything that jumps out at you as far as what makes Waunakee so unique?
Yeah, and Ellen and I are on a similar life path. My wife and I are new empty nesters. We also moved to town in 2011, raised our 2 kids there, and for many of the same reasons that Ellen and her family did. Yeah. It's a great place to raise a family. It really has become kind of a family mecca of sorts. In addition to what Ellen shared, the location is spectacular. We're surrounded by cornfields and the farm feel, but at the same time we're just 10 miles from Madison. You're literally to the airport if you wish to be in 10 minutes, probably closer than most people in Madison. You're to the Capitol Square in about 15-20 minutes. You can see the Capitol from high points in Waunakee. So we're not out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. We're right there, but we still have that small town community sense type feel, which I think most people really come to enjoy and appreciate.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a suburb, right, just north of Madison, and it feels, in from some ways, when you come in, right, you notice all the farm fields and things nearby, but you're right, it's really pretty accessible.
But with that said, it's the community is becoming energized. Oh, sure. There was some major work done in the early 2010s with Main Street being renovated, And there's just, throughout the community, there's vibrancy that is bringing some energy and engagement in the community, and its commercial opportunities as well, in small shops and boutiques.
Yeah, tell me more about that. Like, what are you seeing, or what?
I'll let Ellen take that.
Yeah, well, I think in 2014, in my opinion, was kind of where we turned the page with. We went through it was a difficult process with our Main Street total rehab of Main Street, closed down, and for several months it was on the interstate. Waunakee didn't exist, so we had to really work with our businesses on signage and things and help them get through that period of time. But the outcome was fantastic because I think it allowed Main Street businesses that were there to say, oh, okay, you're investing in this corridor, and we want to invest back into our business. And it drew additional businesses to say, we want to be along Main Street and in the downtown area. Brought more restaurants, boutiques, like Todd said. It just was a re-energizing time. Difficult, but to me it was a main turn the page moment for Waunakee and kind of put us on the map with some business development and things going on.
That energy continued into other parts of the village. Kilkenny Farms has a commercial sector with a number of excellent businesses. Heading south of Waunakee as you're heading on Century Avenue towards Middleton. So it isn't just Main Street anymore. There's more activities there too.
Yeah, it really connected the community. I think, like Todd said, with you obviously have your historical Main Street, but all the other corridors kind of connected, not only with businesses but with neighborhoods.
Yeah. Well, totally. Lots of great things going on, lots of connections. I've noticed that redevelopment myself as well, driving through Main Street, and lots of great things happening. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show and sharing more about the village of Waunakee here with our viewers today.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Thank you. You're watching Best of Wisconsin Homes. I'm Josh with Josh Lavik and Associates. Welcome back to Best of Wisconsin Homes. I'm Josh with Josh Lavik and Associates. We're exploring the village of Waunakee today on our Community Spotlight series. So I thought I'd just do a little searching around on our website and just share with you a little bit of some of what you can buy in terms of homes and what's available if you were thinking about making a move to the Waunakee area or wanted to explore it a little bit further, what type of home stock is available to live in that community. Of course, you can also reach out to our team at any time, 608-440-9886. We've helped lots of people in the Madison area over the last 19 years that I've been in the real estate business, and we'd be happy to help you as well. So again, feel free to reach out, but without further ado, I thought, like I said, we'll dive into some properties here in the Waunakee area. So real easy to do. We can just kind of do a community search and just go over to Waunakee. That's probably the easiest way to do it. We do have a little bit of a description, and you can browse properties that way. The other thing that I actually really like to do is almost more of the map search. So you can click to search by map, and from here you can kind of get a sense for different homes in the area and what are they going for and what's going to be kind of an ideal home for you in terms of price range and also location, what's available, what's nearby. But again, the nice thing about Waunakee is, it's a suburb of Madison. We're just north of Lake Mendota there, just north of Madison, and real close to the airport, Dane County Airport, also, but really accessible to, say, the interstate if you want to take a trip up to, Cascade Mountain and go skiing in the winter, or maybe you want to go to Devil's Lake and go to Baraboo or go to the Dells. Real easy to get to those places, or, even if you want to go down to Chicago, you're only a few hours from Chicago being in Madison, but Waunakee is real accessible as well. So, let's see, diving in terms of Waunakee. So the interesting part about Waunakee is when it was first started, you'll notice there's a railroad track that goes kind of southeast to northwest, and that it started basically when that railroad track first went in the 1800s, connecting Madison to St. Paul. So So that kind of goes across, and then Main Street, right in downtown Waunakee, is really a traditional type of Main Street, very much a walkable, kind of more traditional, older part of Main Street. And then some of the newer parts of town are going to be just a little bit to the north and a little bit to the south. So we've got some of these newer neighborhoods like Westbridge, Meadowbrook, Northridge Estates, Capitol Estates, Pleasant View Meadows, 6 Mile Creek. Some of those are definitely newer neighborhoods. And then a little further to the south, you've also got places like Kilkenny Farms, Southbridge, just a lot of these, Carriage Ridge further down. So some other definitely newer neighborhoods, but also very nice neighborhoods. And in terms of price range, Waunakee does have one of the highest median sale prices. And so you can see that. Actually, let's filter this by just what has sold. Look at, homes and condos, but also wanting to look at just what has sold. So you can kind of get a sense for price range and what things are going for, at least as of now. So home prices, if we zoom in on some of these, for example, we're looking in, where is it? Like Southbridge is, for example, one pretty popular neighborhood. You'll see homes anywhere from $835 to $680 to $730, $770. So kind of in that $600 to $900 price point. A little further this way over on Frederick Court, $980. Gets you some definitely really nice home, but you can see here it's going to have 4,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 baths. So for a larger growing family, definitely lots of good options available there. I think if you get closer to like Woodland Drive, then you can get a little closer to our median home price, which is around, in Dane County, it's right around $450 right now. So here you can see, one at $475 was on Woodland Drive, but not too far from there, there's also another one at $1,350,000, and for that, you get over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 3.5 bath. This house was built in 2022, so really nice home. And there's a number of homes definitely like that, closer to that $1 million price point throughout some of these neighborhoods in Waunakee. So. Back to our map. So like, for example, this one just was built, I think, last year on Waterwheel Drive at $1,070,000, 5 bedroom, 4 bath, 3,340 square feet. So, that's kind of what you're looking like at some of those homes, but there are some more affordable homes, but they're maybe a little bit older, like this one. Here's on Castle Creek, over on Wimbledon Way, that was at $349,000 for 2,049 square feet. So anyway, like I said, if you want to look more in depth about homes in the Waunakee area, feel free to reach out to our team. And thanks again for tuning in to our Best of Wisconsin Homes.